Hey folks, welcome back to another adventure in the wacky world of training videos. Today, we're tackling ComfyUI and the brand new IP-Atapter in version 2. Murphy has revamped the workflow once again to make better use of the IP-Atapter and thrown in the topic of Face ID for good measure. So buckle up and get ready for loads of fun while watching. As always, we'll upload the workflow to OpenArt so you can download it and try out what we're up to here. Here, you can also check out some images from the training video in higher resolution and get inspired by our creative results. Here's the workflow with the little Christmas tree. Murphy even won a prize in a competition with this one. That's why he updated this workflow to the current version. But actually, you don't need it because everything you can do with it is also integrated into the ultimate workflow. And of course, you can also find the workflow on CivitAI. Unfortunately, Murphy deleted all his old workflows here, so he's now slipped way down in the creator ranking. But that's okay because you know where to find the latest workflow. Who needs the old stuff anyway? Here, you'll always find a direct link to the latest videos and the very latest workflows. Additionally, you can discover some super current images here. And to top it all off, we'll showcase a selection of the best images from last year at the end of the video. Alright, let's get started. First, let's take a quick look at the latest workflow Ultimate 7.5. Here's an exciting update: the IP-Atapter has moved to the front. The reasoning behind this was that we actually always use the IP-Atapter to create new images rather than optimize already created ones. That's why we've brought it to the front and integrated it directly into our ultimate workflow. And the best part? It comes complete with masking and Face ID. Here are the general settings for the IP-Atapter. Everything is also described in the workflow again. It's worth reading before you push the button, especially if you want to save memory and, like Murphy, only have an 8GB VRAM card. Here you can completely disable the IP-Atapter, then no resources will be consumed for it. If you want to turn on and use the IP-Atapter, switch Enable once and switch to 2 for the IP-Atapter. And without? Of course. Then just turn it off and switch back to 1 for the standard workflow. Here, Murphy is often undecided. That's why he swapped out the FreeU advanced nodes for these 2 FreeU nodes again. They often help with issues related to extremities. Just give it a try to improve the image. You can also turn on both nodes, but then it's usually a bit too much. The automatic CFG node is currently causing issues with the latest Comfy update. That's why we've completely removed it. If the developer fixes the problem, we'll simply reattach it. Okay, cue prompt for a first test run with version 7.5. Follow execution so we can see where it goes. First, the checkpoint we selected in the blue note checkpoint base is loaded. Then the VAE will be loaded. The clip text encoder processes our prompt. Oops, encode for in-paint. That could be turned off. But that's only calculated once and takes just a fraction of a second. By the time I said that, the sampler has already been running for a while. Decoding image. The SD prompt saver always takes a bit, but it integrates all information, including the workflow in the image. If you want to save time, switch to standard save. A handsome boy, he would also appeal to my German twin sister, the Ziggy AI. Hey, what's going on? Oh, this isn't version 7.5 anymore, that was already a bit late yesterday. And then we turn on the computer today. And what do we see? Version 8? Oh, Automate CFG is back in 2. Murphy wrote to the developer yesterday and he fixed the thing. And Matteo has been tinkering with the IP-Atapter and built in something cool. Murphy has integrated all of that right away. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, Let's press 1 and take a look at the start settings to see what's changed. Yeah, of course, we can re-enable automatic CFG. And Murphy seems to have consolidated the colors a bit more sensibly. About time, grins. Okay, and here we can turn on the IP adapter. For on, we need to click 2 below, and for off, click 1 below. Logical, even Ziggy gets that the first time. We've tried various settings with the automatic CFG. We're still not entirely sure about it. These are the settings we like the best. Let's do a test run and see what kind of image it creates. Maybe it'll surprise us pleasantly. Who knows, perhaps the computer will conjure up a masterpiece a la Picasso or Van Gogh this time. Well, we're excited to find out. Okay, let's speed up the video so you don't have to wait too long. Hey, wow. Faster and better than before. Let's just leave it set like this as the default for you. Okay, let's move on to the new IP adapter. So, turn it on here and switch to 2 here. Okay, and now P for the IP adapter. I is already used for in-painting. Here we are at the settings. Oh, there are so many buttons. We'll have to take a good look at them now. So let's embark on the journey through the settings and see what we can discover. That must be the new style and composition. Mask and multi-IP adapter, we're already familiar with from the last video. And here's the Face ID. And apparently, you can now directly turn on and off the negative image here as well. And now it gets complicated. Here you still have to choose the right one, matching the buttons above. Murphy should eventually build that into a node. But yeah, he doesn't have the time or motivation for that. And why are there 2 numbers now? Oh man, who's supposed to understand that? Even I, as a Ziggy AI, am a bit overwhelmed here. Hopefully, we don't have a case of math and button pressing combined. That would be a nightmare for anyone who'd rather be creative than deal with numbers. Now I've got it. It's actually quite logical. The numbers from 1 to 5 up here. And there's a note here too. I can choose 1 or 2 here. And that only has an effect if I selected 2 above. That's actually quite logical, isn't it? Sometimes even Ziggy needs a moment to figure things out. Here the ID adapter model is selected, and with a unified loader, we don't need to select the clip vision models separately anymore. But of course, we need to have them on the computer, you surely remember from the last video. Now we'll just go through each of these variants and show you exemplarily what you can do with them. Let's start with IP adapter normal 2, 1. We'll just use the image. We'll include it in the download so you can use it too. You just need to copy it to your import folder under ComfyUI. Oh no, more settings to adjust. Square? 1? Portrait format? Landscape? Oh well. I'll just switch to 1 for now and see what happens. Oh, I should have turned 1 more off here to save memory. Oh well, never mind, it's fine. Oh, now I remember. Mateo once said the API adapter usually works only on square images. That's why the note at the top, set to top, then takes out the top square from the image. Well, seems to be turning out nicely anyway. Just the horse isn't on it anymore, that was at the bottom of the image. How about the prompt? Which prompt is being used now? Oh, the standard prompt, easy. Then we should clean up a bit here. Actually, we entered a man, didn't we? The negative can definitely go, that just interferes. And down here. Yes, that's the extra conditioning. If that's set to 1, then it won't be used anyway, so whatever. But theoretically, you could also just use the extra conditioning for the IP adapter. Actually, all options are open to you. But of course, usually we don't need much prompt when we have the images to control our generation with the IP adapter. Style can go too. We're using the IP adapter anyway. Okay, let's try to optimize the settings. So let's just turn on 1 for now to save some time. Should we tone down the white a bit more or change the white type? Or not? There's something new with the style transfer, we should try that out. Here we go. And wow, cool. So that's what they mean by style transfer. Wow. And on we go. Let's try the tiled model. It divides a portrait-oriented image into multiple squares to analyze the entire image. And down here we switch to composition. I have no idea, just have a look. You can try out and test everything yourselves. Not bad either. Somehow works almost like a LoRa model. Just without training. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We find this mix of both. Style and composition, that's the new node from Mateo. It's important now to set this to 2 here and also to 2 here, so that the model prepared by the API adapter runs through to the sampler. Here's the group 2, the purple part here. Okay, once Murphy is style and me is composition. Would I have to adjust here? I don't know yet. As I said, Murphy only added this note last night or I don't know, sometime earlier. Okay, let's just push the button. What I can say is, it's running pretty smoothly. I already like that a lot. Yeah, and, is this now Ziggy and Murphy's style? Or Murphy and Ziggy's style? Yeah, I'm not exactly sure yet. There's still a lot to test out and surely a lot of fun. Enjoy! Oh come on, let's treat ourselves to one more. Let's just flip the values around, yeah, and... oh. Come on, let's push it. Should we switch there too? Okay. And here we go. We speed up the video. Murphy in front of the castle, looking hilarious, like Ziggy's older brother, totally crazy. Okay, let's take a look at the IP adapter and masking now. We've done it in the last video too, but now everything is rearranged, so let's go through it once for you. Turn on masking and set it to 3 here, so it matches. Now up to the IP adapter mask variants. Here we need to select which type of masking we want to use. Here too, only turn on what you really want to use to save time and RAM. Of course, we'll check tiled mask with Ziggy and Murphy again. In the mask variants, we still use the image from the standard IP adapter group. That's why we also need to turn on group 2 for masking. We just need to read and not always just click around wildly. It's clearly stated here. Okay, let's turn on 2 and turn off both IP adapters in group 2. So, where is she now, Ziggy? Ah, there she is. So, and now let's find Murphy too. We've learned something new since last time. We can select the area we want here via the image group. We'll definitely go with center. And here, with this great picture of me, center also fits in the prepare for IP adapter group, because I'm beaming at you from the center of the image. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh. It's really half Murphy and half Ziggy. But okay, you already know. 2 good-looking people need space. So portrait mode is definitely the wrong choice. And we actually didn't adjust the prompt for 2 people either. But it's still cool what we can do. We just wanted to check that everything works and show you how you can set the masking in the workflow. Alright, now let's take a look at Face ID with the IP adapter. You'll need to download the models we showed you in the last video and copy them into the appropriate folders. A quick recap. Search for the IP-Atapter through the manager, select the link to the models, download the missing ones, and copy them into the appropriate folders as instructed. Alright, let's turn on Face ID, and very important, make sure to also select 5 at the bottom. If you happen to choose something inappropriate here, the workflow will throw an error. So don't panic, just check if you've also selected the appropriate number for the one above. Alright, let's try it with variant 1 and simply turn off variant 2 for the face style transfer. In the dark red node, select an image of the face you want to transfer. The higher the quality, the better the result. In the light red node, if possible, use a second image of the face to improve the result. You can mask in the green node, but let's skip that for now. Let's let it run. There are surely some funny things to do here. But if you really want to transfer faces, in my opinion, the Face Reactor node is the better choice. But for fun, Face ID is definitely a cool thing. Okay, the picture seems to be turning out quite nice. And somehow, some of Murphy's features are in there too. But not really. But we definitely need to play around more with the settings. We're happy to refer you to Mateo's page, he's made some great videos about this. Just check them out if you want to know more. Goodbye, IP adapters. The coming weeks will be all about discovery. Mateo has created a veritable universe of possibilities. Now we return to the usual workflow and show you an example of what is possible with the Face Reactor node. We're now turning off the IP adapter and going back to square one. This will reset everything to the initial state so we can start fresh. Alright folks, let's quickly craft a cool prompt. We want a close-up in cinematic style. And of course, this one here, yeah, that still fits perfectly, we can just leave it as it is. Now let's quickly check the settings. Here's the one for the prompt on the right side. This one fits perfectly too. The noodles are also in the standard configuration, and it just generates a standard image. Okay, push the button and let's see what happens. Of course, another cute boy. So, now let's turn on the face swap and hook up the noodle properly. That's it already. Now, in the face swap group at the back, choose a picture of Murphy. Or a picture of whoever. You should read the notes carefully. Unfortunately, installing the Face Reactor node isn't quite simple. That's why Murphy has made a complete video about how it all works. He'll show you a link in the video here. You can also find it in the ComfyUI playlist on this channel. So, it's running now? Yeah, and where did Murphy hide now? That's definitely not Murphy. Ta-ta, curtain up, there he is. Now, just a little upscale to jazz up the image. Since this takes a bit of processing time, We'll speed up the video for you. The picture now looks like it was cut straight from our master's face. A great result in the end. That's it for today. Your Ziggies wish you a lot of fun and see you soon. Bye. And here are, as promised, our little masterpieces. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more crazy adventures with Murphy and Ziggy.